Hey everyone, today we're here with Cassidy Valentine. She's come along for a shoot with me. We've been trying to photograph and work with each other now for about the last 3 years, but things kept happening which stopped us being able to shoot together. And unlike most shoots, which we usually do for TFP, it wasn't because she didn't bother turning up. Some of you might have seen a little while ago, Cassidy put up a YouTube video where she held up cards instead of actually talking. So, Cassidy, could you tell us a little bit about your history and why it's taken us 3 years so far to finally shoot?
Basically, I've had numerous health conditions from the age of 2, and they basically involve mainly cardiac conditions and immune system diseases. So basically, about 4 years ago, my health decided to take a bad turn once again, and about a year later, that's when Darren came along, and we did try and organise a few shoots, but obviously I had 4 heart surgeries, which involved having catheters taken from my groin up to my heart, and to try and burn off accessory pathways, which caused my heart to go too fast, maybe around 200 to 300 beats per minute. So I was having these attacks, and the operations then caused me to get a lot worse health-wise. I was having 1 SVT attack a month, and then it went up to having 16 a day. I was then collapsing on a daily basis, and
So is this quite a common condition, or is it quite a rare thing?
The Kawasaki disease, which is the autoimmune disease, is a rare disease. The WPW is reasonably common, but to have more than 1 pathway isn't common, and I had 4 pathways on my heart, and
So let's talk about your blogging then, because you've got quite a few followers now. What kind of inspired you to start blogging about this stuff? Because it's not just your condition that you blog about, is it?
No, it's about my bullying story. Basically, when I got to the age of 11, I was obviously going into secondary school, and I had noticed that my heart was playing up a lot more than usual, but I wanted to keep it to myself because I didn't want to worry my family. So, like I said, I kept it to myself, and about 2 weeks into secondary school, I was in a maths class, and my heart decided just to go absolutely mental. Like, it went really, really bad. I started panicking, and you don't know how to react, because I wasn't used to this going on, because I'd had a good health break for a few years. So I ran out the classroom. Everyone was laughing at me in class. Ran out the classroom, and I got taken straight to Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital. And that's when they told me that obviously my heart condition was back. And 2 weeks later, I went back to school, and everyone just started bullying me about it. So I ended up turning to YouTube to kind of tell other people about my story, and about my health conditions and what I was going through, because I couldn't be myself anywhere else. But online, I was getting more and more of a fan base where I could be myself, and I knew it was helping other people to kind of show them that they're not going through it all alone. So.
That's brilliant, because bullying is quite a big issue, and not just at school. There's quite a lot in the workplace as well. I still get subjected to that kind of thing as well, as I'm sure a lot of our viewers have. Now, just a couple of days ago, you had another slight scare. What was that about?
Basically, January this year, I had something, it's like a pacemaker, but it's called a Reveal monitor. And that's because last year I started collapsing, but they wasn't sure what bit of my heart was causing it. So I've got like a constant monitor on my heart to keep an eye on it. But the other day, I was laying in bed, and I was on my back, and all of a sudden, my Reveal monitor slid up towards my collarbone, and it really scared me, because I just wasn't expecting it. It was out of nowhere, like it's never moved or anything like that, and it really began to hurt. And then I literally touched it, and it was like moving around my chest and stuff. So I went into hospital, and I've got to see my surgeon on the 11th.
So nothing serious. So it's
Not at the moment.
not at the moment. So yeah, so we managed to get to this point today. However, the first thing which happened this morning, guys, is after we finally managed to clear the room, get everything set up, the fire alarm went off. Generally, they do fire tests quite often in this place. So we're just sitting here with our shoes off, our coats off, and just waiting for it to stop. And it didn't stop until the fire marshal come in to find us. So we then evacuated outside. It's very windy today. Things are blown about everywhere. So poor Cassidy's lovely hair's gone, massive afro. We was worried that we might not get to shoot again, and it's going to take another 3 years. But luckily, we did manage to shoot. And there's a few things that we wanted to shoot today. First of all, Cassidy asked me to do some acting headshots for her, so we're going to work on that first, and have a bit of a play, do some general portraiture, and then we wanted to muck about a little bit, try doing things with lights that you don't usually do. So we started thinking more about fashion lighting, because in fashion, anything goes. Portraiture, that there's certain rules. You've got to have detail in your shadows, have detail in your highlights, you can't burn anything out, and it's got to show that person well. Whereas fashion, if I want to burn the side of her face out, I can burn the side of her face out. If I want to make her legs completely disappear to black, I can do that. So it was about experimenting for me as well. But let's go back to the acting stuff. What kind of acting are you looking at doing? Where do you want to go in the future? Where do you want to go from here?
Well, I love things like EastEnders. Absolutely love EastEnders, if that's what you're asking. Like, I'd love to have a role in EastEnders. That's always been a big goal of mine. But then I also like films and stuff. I'm not really into the whole West End shows and like theatrical stuff. I'm not really into that. So it's more definitely TV work, like realistic stuff.
So we're going to see you on EastEnders in a couple of years'
Maybe.
time. So if for my followers, where would we be able to see more about you? Where can we find you online? Like your Twitter, your YouTube, or what are your links for that?
My Twitter is at CassidyXBL, but it's spelled CASSIDIEXBL. And my YouTube is youtube.com/videocrazybaby, and I actually have a website which is caseysjourney.com.
Alright, excellent, thank you. So if you're one of Cassidy's fans and you want to find me, my Twitter is at DGWPhoto, and my main commercial website is raidphotographics.co.uk. Have you got one last thought of the day? For those who are sitting at home, being inspired by what you're already doing, your viral blogs, what would you say to those people who are maybe being bullied but want to get somewhere, but they're not sure whether to do it, because others are always saying, look, you can't do that, why are you doing that for, why don't you get a real job? What advice would you give them?
The bullies told me that I'd never be able to become a model or an actress, but I'm sat right here, right now, and I'm doing it, so I'd say never ever let anyone tell you can't do something. Prove them wrong.
Prove them wrong. Follow your dreams. If it's inside your heart and you feel that that's what you need to do, then go out and do it. With photography, I was always told, what's the point in doing that? There's so many people doing it. There's no money in photography. But it's the only thing that I felt comfortable in doing. And so I've pushed at it and pushed at it and pushed at it. And now I'm starting to make money. So all of those people who before told me, your work's no good, you'll never get there, what's the point? Now they've completely changed their opinion, and now they're starting to show support because they can see that I'm making money from it. So I think really you've just got to follow your heart. What do you want to do? Don't care about what anybody else thinks. Do what's right for you. So hopefully at the end of this video we're going to put up some of the pictures that we've taken today so that you guys can have a look. We decided to be rather classy, didn't we? So we've recorded this in black and white especially for this. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all soon. Brilliant. Okay, stop it.